Chonga's coming out. Mr. Chonga, come out and play. Chonga, come out and play. So this time I'm not going to shoot the Oxidizer at my feet because somebody told me that you don't actually have to do that. So I'm going to let the timer run out and see if it reloads me back. Did I just respawn again? Why did the agent quit farming KENLY? They realized watching paint dry gave better rewards. Haha, d.a.g joke of the day. d.a.g, guess what? KENLY College is open again. And just like the other times, we're going to get a couple bonus levels capped at 15. And you don't actually have to go to KENLY College to get these levels. You could get them anywhere else. And yes, it's not a whole lot of levels, but 15 free levels is 15 free levels, right? The main thing I'm curious about is how KENLY College is going to interact with these stretch goal caches. Because if KENLY gives you bonus seasonal XP, that'd be a pretty cool way to get a bunch of these really fast. Because you are able to get like 4, 5, 6 levels a run, which is really nice. I am still going to be using the same build. I'm going to attach the build clip from my previous video because nothing really changed. And the same thing with the gameplay. I'm going to reuse my last video's gameplay. But for the most part, this week has been pretty crazy. I did make a bunch of mules. I never make mules. There was that whole thing with the extra exotic components. Unfortunately, by the time you guys see this video, that whole thing already got patched. So sorry about that if you missed that. And like I said before, this isn't the funnest farm, but this is definitely going to give you the most levels. And if you're trying to work on your proficiency and expertise, this is a great way to do it. You can equip a couple of items like the sidearm or your secondary weapon and gain proficiency in it while you're going through this whole KENLY College farm. Alrighty, d.a.g, let's get into it. Just a quick reminder again before I get into the step-by-step walkthrough. Doing this farm is just another tool in your kit, and doing so you will get a bunch of levels, but you won't really get any good loot. So if you are looking for loot, doing this is not going to be it. And what you want to do is interact with this display. It is required that you do this farm in story mode, so keep that in mind. And the reason is that when you do go down or fail the objective, you are going to end up going to the less speed objective. But if you have it on any other difficulty, it will take you back to the beginning. And you'll notice that the normal, hard, and challenging difficulties have a mastery modifier called dead drop. And this is when you drop an enemy, they will instantly drop a bomb, doing some massive damage to the other enemies around them. But there is a way to get the explosions to go over to story mode. I wouldn't recommend doing that if you're struggling with frame rates. I don't have an issue, so what you want to do is put it on either normal, hard, or challenging. You're going to run inside. Open up your map, hover over this icon, open it up, go to difficulties, and set it as story. And now the dead drop modifier is going to transfer over as well. And for the first two parts, you could run any build that you want, it does not matter. And I will let you know when to switch over to the Oxidizer build. So let's go in. Interact with this echo. Go over here to the left. Interact with this body. The key is going to go instantly into your inventory. Now we're going to run over here to get the second key. Interact with this freezer. And the key is going to drop once you open it. Make sure you pick it up. We're going to turn around. Run over here, and this is the old OG spot for farming, but as you can see, they've changed it up, and now the enemies will not only spawn out of this door and the door above it, they will spawn randomly everywhere. Interact with this, and we're going to have to beat this whole objective right here to go to the next one. And for the sake of the video, I'm going to skip over this. Now that we have this place cleared, we're going to move on to the next spot. And if you need ammo, you can run over here. You got an ammo box. Now we're going to come over here, and this is the second objective that we have to beat. Interact with this. And for the sake of the video, I'm going to skip over this part. Now that we have this part complete, we can go ahead and switch over to the Oxidizer build. We're going to run this way. Grab a key on the way, why not? So right before we run in there, you're going to want to follow this path that I take. and you want to do it really fast because there's a timer for when the enemy starts spawning, and there is a countdown that you do have to interact with the terminals before you fail the objective. There's going to be 3 terminals, but if you are playing with multiple agents, for each additional agent in your party, there's going to be 1 additional terminal that you have to interact with. So just communicate with the people in your party to set up who's going to do what. Alright, Dex, let's skip through all the boring stuff. Now let's check my level. So right now for my level, I'm sitting at 15,523. And I'm about halfway for the cash right there. Now let's see if everything still works. Still going to be everything the same. I'm going to run over here. Come up over here. And we're going to run instantly up here. Activate overcharge. Oh, my overcharge will cool down. Let's shoot a couple there. Turn around. Interact with this one. Terminal infiltrated. Now we're going to come over here. Get in cover. Start shooting down. I aim for the same spot right here. Ooh, one got out. Sneaky, sneaky. Yeah, I thought I had overcharge. Oops. They're still dying super fast. Coming out super fast too. All right, the Chonga is going to come out here at the 3-minute mark, so I'm going to shoot a bunch right here. That way, as soon as he spawns, they're going to hit him. And I got the right build on. Skilled. Yeah, I do. Something feels off. I don't know what it is yet, but something feels off. Like I'm not getting my skills fast enough. I'm in cover and everything, but okay. Now it's starting to ramp up. 2-minute mark. Let me know if you guys use this farm. I don't personally use it. I know a lot of my claymates do, and a lot of lower shade level agents do. Definitely a great way to get a lot of levels, and like I said, getting your proficiency up and stuff like that. Ooh. We are cooking right now. What did I say? We started at 15,523. Oh, I got a horrible memory. All right, we got 1 minute and 10 seconds left. You got to keep it, or you want to make sure you keep an eye on the timer, because you're going to want to respawn yourself right before the timer runs out. Well, the good news is I'm going to have overdrive for the next time, so it's going to be a little bit better start. I gotta check something. Something felt off with my build. We cooking now. I don't know what was going on early in the beginning. I was like not getting my cooldowns back in time. We got 30 seconds left. Whew, they are going. Alrighty, we got a little bit left. I'm going to shoot a couple oxidizers at my feet. And boom. Time to respawn. Did I just respawn again? Alrighty, because we're on story mode, we're going to start here instead of going to the beginning. I think I got, what, 10 levels that time? So yeah, this thing definitely didn't move at all. So this is definitely not a great way to farm for the stretch goals. I had 6 levels out of 15. Now I'm at cap from just 1 run. Now let's go run this one more time just to see how many levels I get without all the bonus XP. I'm starting at 15,532. Going to run back over here. Glad I got overcharged this time. It's going to make it a lot easier in the beginning. Same thing as before. Hit this thing. I wasted a bunch of my momentum and lost my movement speed because I was going over stuff. But normally, if you just start running instantly, you'll be running super fast and you could get to the starting position a lot quicker. That time none of them got out because I had overdrive active. Nice. Do, 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 do. This is super fun. Just keep an eye on how many charges you have of your Oxidizer. That way you don't run out of them when you're shooting them. I am getting them back pretty fast because I do have skilled and calculated on this build. And you really don't need them, so if you want to put like tech support on the backpack, you can and do more damage. It's gonna be up to you. I can't see the time. I think we're at the 3-minute mark almost, yeah. We're almost at the 3-minute mark, so I'm going to shoot some Oxidizers up here for Mr. Changa. And then go back to this spot right here. You can see it on my mini map that he spawned. He's hanging out down there somewhere. You can see that the Oxidizers are aiming at him. Hopefully he dies up. There he goes. He went down already. That was quick. A lot quicker than the first time. First time he actually made it up on the ledge. I already got a level. Not bad. How many levels do you think I'm going to get? Last time I was getting about 5 and 6 a run. Oop, I got another level. And like you can see, I don't really have any damage on this build, and I'm able to do more than enough thanks to the rogue momentum. It's very exciting, I know. My frame rates are going away. I can't aim. Where am I aiming? I don't know what's going on. Trying to aim, playing at 1 frame rate. There we go. Ooh, I don't know what was going on for a second. I could not aim my freaking Oxidizers. Oh, I'm about to do. Oh, I'm about to shoot at my feet. Watch. Oh yeah, I think I'm going to take myself out. Yep. Well, oops. Did I just respawn again? My frame rates disappeared and I accidentally shot it at my feet. Like I pulled the trigger 5 minutes earlier and then it ended up aiming down and getting me. So I got 5 levels at that run, even though I accidentally took myself out, but with like a minute and a half left to go. Definitely don't shoot as many Oxidizers as I did because you're going to end up losing a lot of frame rates like that. So I'm going to do it one more time so you guys can see the full run. Same thing as before. I'm going to run to this one. Hit this one right here. Come up here. Activate overdrive. Start shooting them over here. 4 should be more than enough. Especially when you have overdrive, 4 is definitely going to be more than enough. Alrighty, we are about to start cooking. I'm going to try to control how many I put out this time so I don't lag out. And as before, if you are playing with other people, they are going to have extra terminals. There's going to be like one down here, up there. Just coordinate with your teammates who's going to get which one. And then when you get them all, you want to all just hang out in this area right here. That way that the enemies all keep spawning in these 2 doorways over here. Mr. Changa, come out and play. Changa, come out and play. Oh, he is out. It looks like I gained 1 level so far. Nice. You got another level. Nice. Let me make sure I don't shoot too many out again. It's like around the 2-minute mark is when the frame rates really start to drop. Okay, I'm cooking right now. I'm getting levels right now. And I don't think I mentioned this before, but you don't actually have to drop your hive. You can just have it equipped. And every 10 seconds, it's going to go ahead and boost your Oxidizer. Okay, we're coming on to the 1-minute mark. Got another level. Okay. So far, I gained 3 levels. So this time, I'm not going to shoot the Oxidizer at my feet because somebody told me that you don't actually have to do that. So I'm going to test it out and see if that's it. So I'm going to let the timer run out and see if it reloads me back. Okay, we got 3 seconds left. Terminals Terminals investigated.
Agent, you can head back to the Echo. The outcasts won't be able to detonate those IEDs from here. Thank you for eliminating the threat of these.
Okay, so it looks like you do have to actually go ahead and shoot the oxidizers at your feet, maybe. Or maybe I could go pick up the loot and then shoot the oxidizers at my feet before I go to the last part and interact with the Echo or whatever you got to interact with. This will give me a chance to pick up my loot more often. I mean, it's not going to be the best loot, but you know. So let's see what happens now. Did I just respawn again? Alrighty, moment of truth. Let's see where we load. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. So that's pretty cool. That's a new thing from previously. You can actually let the timer run out and then just pick up your loot, do whatever you want, and then shoot the oxidizers at your feet. And you're going to load back to this part. Nice. I like that. So it's like last time, I get 6 levels per run, not too bad. And the stretch goals, I didn't get any experience at all. Yay. So this is definitely not going to be a way to farm these really easily, unfortunately. Some people did tell me that you do get seasonal XP from leveling up, but what it looks like is you don't actually get any seasonal XP when you level up, because I did just get 6 levels and this thing did not move at all. I am not going to get too in depth into the build breakdown because we are going to be playing it on story mode, so you don't need the most optimized damage dealing build to do this, and it's going to be more beneficial to the build to stack skill duration and having plenty of skill haste and ways to refund the cooldowns on the Oxidizer. For the specialization, you're going to want to have the Technician to get access to the Artificer Hive, because the Artificer Hive is going to boost the damage of the Oxidizer. For the primary, secondary, and sidearm, it doesn't really matter, and the only thing that will matter is that you want to have a gun in your hand that gives you damage to armor and damage to target out of cover. So holding something like the capacitor or having a shotgun in your hands is going to give you both of those. We're not going to be shooting the gun during the farm, so it doesn't matter what talent you have either. And just on a side note, they did patch that none of the talents will work with the Oxidizer anymore, so pommel is going to be out of the question. For the mask, the gloves, and the backpack, I have 3 pieces of the Wavin wear, and the main reason why I have 3 pieces is because you're going to want those brand set bonuses, which is going to be the 8% skill damage. The 18% status effects won't do anything for the Oxidizer, but the 45% skill duration is going to increase the time that the Oxidizer stays on the ground. You're going to want to stack all your gears with skill haste and skill damage if you can, but it doesn't really matter, just try to get at least skill damage. And for the armor mods, I have skill duration on everything. For the chest and the holster, I have 2 pieces of the shiny monkey to give me access to the 15% skill duration and the 5% skill efficiency. And the skill efficiency is really nice for the Oxidizer because it's going to boost the skill damage, the skill haste, and the skill duration. And the main thing for the chest, you're going to have the talent skill to give you that 25% to instantly refresh the skill cooldown of the Oxidizer. And for the backpack talent, I went with calculator to give me a little bit more skill cooldown for my Oxidizer. Calculator isn't really necessary, and you can put on tech support if you need a little bit more damage, but because we're playing on story mode, you won't need that much damage, so I rather have more skill cooldown just in case I run out of Oxidizers versus doing more damage. And finally, for the knee pads, I have 1 piece of Murakami for the 15% skill duration, and like I said before, you're going to want to have at least the skill damage and skill haste being nice as well. Before we get into the skills, let's take a look at the rogue momentum. If you look at the 5th tier unstoppable and look at the last part of the paragraph, it says skill overcharge. And when you're unstoppable and your skills are overcharged, you're going to get some massive buffs to your skills, and some of the skills you're going to have extra effects. For the active, I went with overdrive, and for the passive modifiers, the only one that's going to do anything for the Oxidizer is going to be the momentum surge. So you can put whatever you want, it doesn't really matter. For the first skill, you're going to want to have the Oxidizer. This is how we're going to make the farm work. And when we are unstoppable and our skills are overcharged, we're going to get all those nice buffs to it. And with the overcharged extra duration, the Oxidizer is going to last almost 30 seconds on the ground with this loadout. For the second skill, you're going to want to have the Artificer Hive. You don't have to actually drop it, you could just keep it equipped. And when it's equipped, every 10 seconds, it's going to buff the Oxidizer, which is going to increase the damage and the duration of the Oxidizer, which is really nice. And when you're in the unstoppable tier and your skills are overcharged, you're going to get all these buffs. And like I said, the loadout doesn't really matter. You can even go with 3 pieces of Empress, replacing the 2 shiny monkey and the Murakami if you want. And because we get 1 skill tier from the Technician, you could put on a red or blue core on one of your pieces. And honestly, the build's not that important. You could really run anything you want and still do enough damage. Like I said, it's required to do KENLY College on story mode. Alright, d.a.g, thanks for watching. If this video helped you out and if you actually use this farm, make sure you give it a like and drop a comment below how many levels you get per run. And if you are having any issues, feel free to ask. I'll definitely help out if I can. And if you have any new tips, please share as well so I could check them out. And remember, agents, if you're not out there clapping cheeks, does that mean your cheeks are getting clapped?